Sydney coming to you live from CSA News Investigations in New York. Today we bring you news about how General Horatio Gates is doing as the new Southern Army leader. Gates recently added a couple thousand inexperienced men to the militia. Will he make a good leader? We know he and the troops headed to Camden, but we have not received news on what happened. It's very important they didn't lose, but like I said, we don't know what went on. Now over to our reporter, Cynthia.
Thank you, Sydney. As she said, I'm here to interview General Gates. He has been leading the new Southern Army ever since Congress lost to Savannah and Charleston. So how have you been, Mr. Gates?
Not so good after these battles I've led.
Oh, that doesn't sound so good, but tell me about your trip so far.
On our way to Camden, we were approached by patriots from South Carolina. Their leader, Francis Marion, also known as Swamp Fox, came to help with some knowledge.
Well, that must have been very helpful. But was it a victorious journey?
Sorry to say, but it wasn't a victorious battle. Outside of Camden, we encountered the British. I put the inexperienced soldiers in front of the veterans and stood behind them. Then the British attacked, and we panicked and ran. Only Calvin and his men stayed, but unfortunately received fatal wounds.
What happened after the battle?
After the battle, I was no longer in charge of any army, and the American spirits fell to an all-time low.
Thank you for that wonderful interview. Now over to you, Alexia, who's interviewing Marianne. This guy is very smart and has very good tactics.
Thank you, Cynthia. I'm here with Marion. What did you accomplish during the war, Marion?
My men and I worked together and we were able to free American soldiers.
Where was your base at?
Our base was in a swamp, and that's where we fought one battle. Later we were able to stop British supply, which they had going inland and coming up north from Charlestown. We did all this by using guerrilla tactics. So
what? Did I hear you right? You say guerrilla tactics? Say guerrilla tactics? Say guerrilla tactics?
No, not that kind of guerrilla. What guerrilla tactics is you get small groups of men and they work together to make surprise attacks and hit and runs. It works really great.
Thank you for your interview. Back to Sydney.
Now I've concluded a few things. 1, the Americans lost at Camden and their spirits were low. 2, General Gates was no longer the Southern Army leader after their defeats at Camden. And 3, Marion proved guerrilla tactics a wise method. Thank you for joining us, folks. CSA News Investigators signing off.
Thank you for that wonderful interview. Now over to you, Alexia, who's interviewing.
The Americans, okay.